What's up? This is Alex Yu coming at you with another episode. This episode I want to talk about, nowadays when you date a modern girl, right? It feels like meeting your ex-wife. It's like she already hate you the moment you guys met. Sort of feels like that. But before I talk about that, I want to tell you my name is Alex Yu. I'm the guy who invented physical mortality rings. These are rings that you put on your small finger, string sleep. You wear them, you don't age anymore. You become physically immortal. For example, I'm already 54. See, look at that. I'm still pretty skinny, right? Don't have any beer belly. I've been like this ever since I was 19. If you go to my website, livemuchlonger.com, I have lots of testimonials concerning my product. Most of them give me, most Amazon customers give me 5 stars. I get 4.5 out of 5. So if you're interested, go to livemuchlonger.com, livemuchlonger.com. Okay, buy a pair of these rings. Anyway, I have a clip that I want to play for you. Check it out.
I just broke things off with a guy because he complained about the cost of taking me to dinner on our third date. Let me tell you the conversation, and I would love for you to weigh in. He and I had been on 2 dates, talked a lot. We had a third date planned. Told him what I was doing, and he's like, "So are you free tonight?" And I said, "Yeah, actually I am. I have no plans." He said, "Same, I'm free tonight, have this and that, and I'll be done by 6:30. And that's all he said. And I said, "So are you asking me out?"
But she's using.
And he was like, "Yes, I am." He said, "I can be to your place around 7, because it's 7. You want to meet at 7? That's when people eat dinner." And he responded with, "Okay, well, I'm kind of broke because I've incurred a lot of expenses lately, so if we're gonna go to dinner, then it needs to be either cheap or 50-50. Excuse me? It's our third date. You're bringing up financial troubles, and you're complaining about having to take me to dinner. Like, you can't spend $20 on a new girl that you're trying to pursue?" He's like, "What if we just, hang out and, have a bottle of wine?" I'm like, "Oh, he just wants to hang out. Okay." And because I'm too nice, we ended up hanging out at my place. Oh, and by the way, we drank my wine. Also, I made a charcuterie for us from my groceries. What the hell? I do not want to date someone who is complaining about taking me to dinner. My roster is officially at 0, and I'm so happy about it.
Okay, you saw what she said, right? She said on her third date, right? The guy said he's kind of broke. He doesn't have money. That's the reason why he wants to come over, right? Basically, coming over to her house to eat something. And then she treated the guy a bottle of wine, right? And also charcuterie. Charcuterie is just a plate of ham and cheese and some, crackers, maybe some vegetables, or fruits like strawberries, cherries, whatever. Just a cheese platter, basically. Cheese and sausage platter with fruits. Basically, it's something like that, okay? And she said, "Wow, I put up that wine is mine, and charcuterie, that costed me money. That's it. I'm not dating this guy anymore." Are you serious? I mean, you dated this guy twice, right? He paid for all 2 dates, right? And the third date, maybe the guy just want to test you, just want to see what kind of person you are. That's the reason why he said he's broke, right? You just want to come to your house and, and eat some home cooked meal, right? Like if I dated a girl, of course I would wonder. Oh, I wonder how she cooks. I wonder, does she know how to cook, right? I mean, I want to eat at least a sandwich, right? I want to see if she can at least make me a sandwich or something, right? I mean, dating a girl, it's nice to maybe go to the girl's house and eat her cooking. It doesn't matter what you cook, okay? Some sandwich, just make me something simple, like a sandwich or, yeah, I like charcuterie, that's okay. A ham cheese platter, that's fine, whatever, right? And that's it. The guy ate your charcuterie and drink your wine, and that's it. You just want to break off with him. That's it. That's the deal breaker. Oh my god. So I don't know. Dating a modern woman is very, very, very difficult. Because it's almost like meeting your ex-wife. Like she has already decided that she doesn't like you from the very beginning. Like there's no more romance left. There's no romance. I mean, it's all about you. Paying for everything. It's all about you being the ATM. Like every time we date, you have to pay money, pay money, pay money. It doesn't matter how many times we date. Yeah, it could be the 10th state. It could be the 20th state. You have to pay money. And by the way, seems like they didn't have sex yet, right? Seems that it sounded like they didn't have sex yet, right? Because the guy dated her twice, and this is the third time he came to your house just to drink some wine and some cheese and ham. Doesn't sound like they had sex yet, right? So the guy's being a gentleman. The guy's being polite. I mean, I don't see what's the problem. See, this kind of dating would never happen in the 60s or in the 50s. No. In the 50s, 60s, women are a lot more feminine. They would maybe the first date, all right, the guy pays, right? Go out there, I don't know, go to a burger joint or go to a steakhouse or something like that, eat something, and then go to a movie or something, and then the girl, the girls in 1950s, they would volunteer to cook, right? Let's say you live in your own apartment, she would probably volunteer to cook. She'd say, we don't have to spend all this money. You can come to my house. I can make you something. I can make whatever, right? Chicken pie or whatever. Just cook something simple, right? I mean, see, the girls in the 1950s and 60s, they would volunteer to cook. You understand? She would think for you. She would say stuff like, you don't have to take me out. I could save you some money. Why don't you just come to my house and I'll cook you something, right? I mean, what's the big deal? You cook this guy a meal. So the guy came to your house, drank your wine, and ate your cheese and ham. What's the big fucking deal? Why do you... She said, that's it. I'm going to break off with this guy. I don't get it. I mean, that's what you get for dating a modern woman, That's how they are nowadays. They're so cheap, They're just so fucking cheap. She won't even allow you to drink her wine, She won't even feed you some crackers and some ham. I mean, she is cheap to that level, then what is there to talk about? What is there to talk about if you are cheap to that level, right? It's like every time a guy go out, he has to pay for everything. I don't know. Dating a modern woman feels like you go to the steakhouse, right? And you order a piece of steak, right? Like you pay a lot of money for that piece of steak. You pay $80, $90 for a 16 ounces piece of steak, right? And the steak comes out, it's not even 16 ounces, it's like 8 ounces or something. And then after you bite into it, you realize, wow, this steak it tastes nasty. It tastes like spoiled, Like it tasted like steak, it tasted like cows from India. You know how in India they have holy cows, right? They have cows roaming the whole streets, right? And these cows will eat garbage, See, that's the reason why Chinese, they don't want to buy cows from India. Because, I mean, they look like cow from the outside, but when you eat the cows from India, they taste like garbage, because they're eating garbage, okay? They eat garbage. That's the reason why they taste like garbage. That's the reason why if you drink cow milk from India, it also tastes very funny, tastes strange, because that's what they eat. You don't want to eat beef from this kind of cow, right? So dating these modern women is like buying yourself a very expensive piece of steak, right? And you get very little portion. They claim it's 16 ounces, but they give you half of that. And also it tastes like shit. The meat tastes like shit. Tastes like garbage cows from India or something. It's just they look just as pretty, okay? They look just as sexy and gorgeous as women from back in the days. But then inside, right, they're not women anymore. They're just like, You saw her. She's not even willing to cook for you. She's not even willing to allow you to drink a bottle of wine. She made some charcuterie, you know, like, yeah, I made you some cheese platter. Big fucking deal. I mean, okay? He ate some cheese and some crackers. So what? How much would that cost you? Yeah, I assume is he didn't drink the whole bottle, right? He probably drank like half glass of wine or something. And she complained about that. And it's the third date. It's not like the first date. You understand? I understand first dates. If the guy say, "Hey, I don't want to spend money. Can I just go to your house and freeload?" I understand that's rude. You know. It's a third date, so I mean, no, I think I sort of understand that guy's mentality. The guy just want to test you. The guy just want to see what you cook like, right? Just want to eat some home cooked meal. You know. Just want to make it romantic. You know, it's very common. But no, she find that annoying. She find that insulting. So what can you do with some modern women? I'm serious. I mean, what can you do? Because that's how they are nowadays. What the hell can you do with them? And a lot of women wonder how come men are not willing to get married anymore. How come men are happy with themselves? Back in the days, back in 1950s, you know, 1950, 1960, yeah, men are also desperate. Men are also desperate for companionship. They want to get married. They want a wife. You know, all men are. And men, they just constantly think about women, and it's true. But nowadays, men, they don't really need women anymore because who needs this kind of woman, you understand? I mean, he's only willing to spend your money. She's only willing to spend your money, you know? And if you drink a bottle of wine, oh, she complain. If you ate her crackers, if you ate her ham, she complains. Who's willing to date a woman like that? You tell me. Like, so cheap, you know? This woman is so fucking cheap. You could imagine if you marry a woman like that. You can just imagine. Like it's like she would constantly take out her calculator and calculate everything. You know? And she can never lose, you know. It's you have to pay. You have to pay for everything. She will never ever lose. How do you settle down with a woman like that? I'm serious. How? How do you live with a woman like that? I don't get it, you know. But unfortunately, most women, modern women are like this now, you know. It's just that she cannot lose. You understand? You have to pay for everything. She cannot lose. I bet you this woman is also not willing to cook, not willing to clean. You know? She's not going to do no cleaning. She's going to say to you, "Hey, you're the man, you know, you should be earning lots of money so you can afford a maid, right? So if you want to marry me, you have to hire a maid or something. Maid has to come like once a week to clean up the whole house cuz I'm not cleaning. I'm not going to mop the floor. I'm not going to do the chores. You know, you got to hire a maid." Then it's like, do you understand? It's like, then it's not fun anymore to have a woman around you. You know, see, a man would like to have a woman around me. Like I would like to have a woman around me if she knows how to take care of me, right? Like, hey, no problem. You want me to go out there and earn money to feed the family? Like I pay the mortgages, okay? I provide food and shelter, okay? But what about the women? I mean, you have to at least do something, right? Like you cannot complain just because I drink I drink some wine. You cannot complain just because I drink some of your wine and ate some of your cookies, right? You have to at least do something, right? If a woman is not even willing to allow you to drink her wine and feed you some ham and cookies, man, we got a problem. We have an issue. And I'm pretty sure she's not willing to clean either. Like, if you want someone to take care of you, you got to hire a maid. Then, you know, it's like, then why don't I just hire the maid? What do I need you for? What the fuck do I need you for? Why don't I just hire a maid, right? Am I right? And cooking is not hard. And nowadays cooking, if a man doesn't know how to cook, then he could always buy frozen TV dinners, right? I mean, it's not hard, right? It's if you can't cook, just buy frozen TV dinner. What's the big deal, right? You don't have to know how to cook nowadays because technology is so advanced. Everybody can buy one of those frozen dinners. Just pop it into the microwave. What's the big fucking deal, you know? So that's the thing. That's the reason why a lot of men they just skip women, you know, because they find no use for the women. You understand? And sex wouldn't last forever, you know? See, without romance, there's no sex, right? Like, if you want me to have sex with this woman every day, then I have to really, really like her. You understand? I have to really, really, really like this girl in order to have sex with her every day. I mean, if she has an attitude like she won't even treat me a bottle of wine. You know, like she complains about me eating her cookies or her ham. I don't know how I can have sex with such a woman. I mean, I don't even like her. Why would I even fuck her? You understand? It's so I don't know. With a woman like that, sex is out of the question. I don't even want to touch her. She's like that, you know. So that's the thing. I don't know. So I don't know what to do with modern women. Really, they're just like they're becoming obsolete. You understand? They want a man to do everything, you know, and they're not willing to provide anything. They're not even willing to provide you some wine and some cookies. Women is obsolete. You know, that's the reason why a lot of men they just say fuck it, skip women, live by myself. You know, I've been single for a long time. I feel great. I feel comfortable, right? I don't have to. I don't have to, you know, spend thousands of dollars to feed some gold digger, right? I manage my own money, and you know, it's like everything is manageable if I manage it myself, right? Anyway, that's all. Thanks.